Personal finance is an essential life skill that everyone should learn, and creating a budget is the foundation of effective money management. A budget is a plan that helps you allocate your income towards expenses, savings, and financial goals. By understanding the key components of a budget, such as gross income, net income, fixed expenses, variable expenses, and discretionary expenses, you can take control of your financial future. This guide will walk you through the process of creating a budget and provide you with the tools and knowledge needed to make informed financial decisions. The first step in creating a budget is to understand your income. There are two main types of income: gross income and net income. Gross income is the total amount of money you earn before any deductions are made. This includes your salary, wages, bonuses, tips, and commissions. For example, if your annual salary is $50,000, your gross income would be $50,000. It's important to note that gross income does not account for taxes or other deductions, which is why it's not the most accurate figure to use when creating a budget. Net income, also known as take-home pay, is the amount of money you receive after taxes and other deductions have been subtracted from your gross income. These deductions may include federal and state income taxes, Social Security and Medicare contributions, health insurance premiums, and retirement plan contributions. To calculate your net income, subtract all deductions from your gross income. For example, if your gross income is $50,000 and your total deductions amount to $15,000, your net income would be $35,000. This is the figure you should use when creating your budget, as it represents the actual amount of money you have available to allocate towards expenses and savings. Once you have a clear understanding of your net income, the next step is to categorize your expenses. There are three main types of expenses: fixed expenses, variable expenses, and discretionary expenses. Fixed expenses are costs that remain relatively constant from month to month. These expenses are usually essential and must be paid regularly to maintain your lifestyle. Examples of fixed expenses include rent or mortgage payments, car payments, insurance premiums, health, car, home, etc., student loan payments, and cable and internet bills. When creating your budget, it's important to account for all of your fixed expenses first. These expenses should be your top priority, as failing to pay them can lead to serious consequences, such as eviction, repossession, or damage to your credit score. Variable expenses are costs that fluctuate from month to month, depending on your usage or consumption. These expenses are often necessary, but can be adjusted based on your needs and financial situation. Examples of variable expenses include groceries, utilities, electricity, water, gas, transportation costs, gas, public transit fares, clothing, and personal care items. When budgeting for variable expenses, it's helpful to track your spending for a few months to determine your average monthly costs in each category. Once you have a clear picture of your variable expenses, you can look for ways to reduce them, such as buying generic brands, conserving energy, or carpooling to save on transportation costs. Discretionary expenses are non-essential costs that are based on your personal preferences and lifestyle choices. These expenses can be adjusted or eliminated as needed to accommodate your financial goals. Examples of discretionary expenses include dining out, entertainment, movies, concerts, sports events, vacations, hobbies and subscriptions, streaming services, magazines, gym memberships. When allocating funds to discretionary expenses, it's important to prioritize them based on your values and financial goals. For example, if your goal is to save for a down payment on a house, you may need to reduce your discretionary spending to allocate more money towards your savings. Now that you understand your income and expenses, it's time to create a balanced budget that ensures you're living within your means and working towards your financial goals. The first step in creating a balanced budget is to track your income and expenses accurately. This can be done using a variety of tools such as spreadsheets, e.g., Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, budgeting apps, e.g., Mint, YNAB or Pocket Guard, or pen and paper. Choose a method that works best for you and commit to tracking your income and expenses consistently. This will help you identify areas where you may be overspending and opportunities to save more money. Once you have a clear picture of your income and expenses, it's time to allocate your funds to each expense category. Start by ensuring that your essential expenses, fixed and variable, are covered first. Then, allocate funds to your discretionary expenses based on your priorities and financial goals. When allocating funds, it's important to be realistic and honest with yourself. Don't allocate more money to a category than you can afford, as this can lead to overspending and financial stress. If you find that your expenses exceed your income, look for ways to reduce your spending or increase your income. Creating a budget is not a one-time task. It's an ongoing process that requires regular review and revision. As your income, expenses, and financial goals change over time, your budget should adapt to reflect these changes. Set aside time each month to review your budget and track your progress. Celebrate your successes, such as meeting a savings goal or reducing your discretionary spending, and learn from your challenges. If you find that you're consistently overspending in a particular category, consider adjusting your budget or finding ways to reduce your expenses in that area. Creating a budget is an essential step towards achieving financial stability and reaching your long-term goals. By understanding your gross income, net income, fixed expenses, variable expenses, and discretionary expenses, you can create a balanced budget that works for you. Remember to track your income and expenses accurately, allocate your funds realistically, and review and revise your budget regularly. With dedication and perseverance, you can take control of your financial future and achieve the life you want.